Fighting NCII, how hash-based matching protects against cybercriminals. 1 in 25 Americans has been a victim of non-consensual intimate image sharing, or NCII, a global phenomenon commonly affiliated with acts of revenge porn or sextortion. Hello and welcome! In this video, we'll be discussing how technology, specifically hash-based matching, is helping combat NCII abuse. If this is the first time you're hearing about the nature of this crime, you can watch the video above. What is hash-based matching? Imagine you have two identical images in front of you, and you're trying to figure out if they're the same or if there's something different. At first glance, it's pretty hard to spot small and subtle changes, like, say, slight color shifts or an object that's been moved a bit. So, how do you solve that? Instead of relying on your eyes, let us introduce you to something called a hash. In the digital world, a hash is a unique fingerprint that represents all the details of an image or video. Call it a pixel, a color value, text, etc. The process of analyzing this precise data to help find duplicates and validate its uniqueness is what we call hash-based matching. Here's how it works. First, the computer or tool creates a hash for each image. If the images are identical, their hashes will match perfectly. The process ends here if there's nothing to compare or search for. However, if the system identifies even a single pixel of difference, it means one of them is a copy that most likely has been altered. Slight modifications like cropping, resizing, or adding filters can significantly change their hash value. From this result, the process continues to search for more duplicates, tracking the hashes on every single corner of the internet. What for humans is out of view, hash-based matching does automatically, quickly, and accurately. Now, you might be wondering, what happened to the original image? Compared to traditional fingerprints, which involves dipping your finger in ink and having it stored in a file, when you do a hash-hash matching, the original image is never stored, only the hash. How hash-based matching fights NCII. The growth of non-consensual intimate images, or NCII online, is escalating at an unprecedented speed and cannot be stopped by human intervention alone. It has become a critical priority for social media platforms, tech companies, and organizations worldwide. The use of hash-based matching technology to combat NCII is crucial. One key initiative is Microsoft's photo DNA technology, which generates unique hashes for images to detect and block NCII content. Facebook, Twitter, and Google are among the many platforms using it to remove abusive material. More platforms are joining the global initiative to share hashes and databases to facilitate the removal of NCII. According to a 2023 study, the number of partnerships with technology companies contributing to the hash database systems increased by 25% year over year. Victims also have tools and resources to help themselves. Since the creation of stopncii.org in 2015, this platform has successfully removed over 200,000 NCIIs from the internet, becoming one of the most trusted and popular NCII removal tools. Limitations and challenges. However, hash-based matching is not a perfect solution. Some of the main challenges and limitations are collisions. That's when there's a possibility that two different sets of data produce the same hash value, making it difficult to identify unique content and potentially leading to false positive matches or mismatches. Data variation and manipulation. Hashing is typically designed for exact matching. Therefore, if an image has slight variations, its hash will change. In the context of NCII, perpetrators often manipulate these images to avoid detection. New content detection. Hash-based matching relies on pre-existing databases of known hashes, so it can struggle to identify unseen content that might not have been reported or shared online. This often happens on platforms that have end-to-end encryption, or E2EE. These platforms are the most secure spaces to protect privacy. However, they present a significant challenge for detection systems. These platforms cannot inspect the content shared by users. This creates a barrier to hash-based matching that needs to be eradicated. Hash-based systems are useful, yet must evolve to address challenges like image manipulation and encryption. To prevent NCII exposure in cases of sextortion or revenge porn, monitoring services must also be added to the mix. At Digital Forensics Corp, we have a large and varied catalog of services that will fit with your specific situation and budget. Call 800-849-6515 if you don't want your pictures to be posted online. Please like the video and subscribe for more useful content, like our DIY tips to stay protected. And I will see you in the next video.
Please be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We have hours of valuable information covering all things sextortion related. Be the first to know by subscribing today.